Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Calmie African Diary Show. I hope that everyone is doing okay on this particular Thursday. And feel free, of course, to interact with me. Feel free to interact with me. Feel free to give your view. And it is just all about indulge today. And on this particular show, actually, we always get to update each other on what is happening in different African countries. Of course, in Africa, for example. We have been giving you updates on different tours around Nairobi. But for today, being on a Thursday, I just want to say that this is a more like a very special Thursday to me. And the reason as to why this is a very special Thursday to me, it is because next week on a Thursday like this, I will be flexing on my Instagram. I'll be giving people goosebumps because we will be out of the country. But before I even get to give you all that, Juice Karibuni Sana, this is the Calmie African Diary Show. My name is Calmie, and let me know how your Thursday is turning out. Let me know how your Thursday is turning out. And I am looking forward to a very interesting show because there's just a lot of updates that I need to give you. But before that, how has your week been, considering that you just have a few more hours to Friday? And please, I just feel like I can get outside of my balcony and get to like a scream to everyone and get to update them on what is happening in my life. But at the same time, I'm like, it is good. Actually, it is good to like play low key on some things. Let just the people get to see the fruit. That is basically what I'm talking about. But feel free to sorry about that slight hitch that you had there. I was just saying that if you might have missed any of these episodes, we got you covered. You can simply get to log onto www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Once you are logged in on that particular website, you can proceed, get to listen to the music. You can proceed, that is, get to read some of the blogs there. You can also proceed, get to listen to the music. I've said that earlier before. You can also get to watch some of the videos. You can share these videos. You can get, to download them because trust me, every day is a learning opportunity for right here at the Blackwood Fire Network. And also, another thing is that you can proceed and get to support the stream. We highly, highly appreciate that. Today is just some positive vibes, and I'll love to start the show with this. If, let me start this again. If it does not give you some positive results, cut it. Let me repeat this. If it does not give you some positive vibes, cut it, irrespective of how attached you feel you are, attached to that particular thing. Let me repeat this for the zillionth time. If it does not bring you some positive vibration, cut it off. This is a 2021. You need to cut it off. You need to cut all the negative vibes that get to flow your direction. That is what we are all about here. We are all about a positive vibration. And remember, today on this particular show, it is just all about updates. It is an easy Thursday. I simply did not want to go out that much and get to waste to waste some energy. I'm just preserving a lot of energy because I know that a few days from now I'm about to pop it all on your social media. And also another thing, guys, is that the much awaited Tanzanian trip is finally here with us. Remember, at the beginning of the year, we have been talking about it. At the beginning of the year, we have been talking about it. And the good thing is that, COVID is here, of course. COVID is here in quotes. And we've had different countries actually come about with different regulations. But what matters is that, irrespective of all these challenges, because it's more like a challenge, because you cannot force entry into a country that has decided, to go under lockdown. So irrespective of all that, irrespective of all that situation that is happening, we still got the opportunity to proceed and get to enjoy the trip all the way to Dar es Salaam. So of course we will be bringing you of course, a lot of updates all the way from Dar es Salaam. Feel free, because we only get to air this right on our that is on our channel. That is www.blackhotfirenetwork. Like we had told you before, there's just a lot of things that you can get to do once you are in Tanzania, in terms of visiting maybe the slave market, getting to shop around, getting to enjoy the African cuisine. We also got that, of course, for you guys. There's just a lot of things that we are about to do. So, of course, feel free to ask any question. Feel free, of course, to log into our website and get to watch this. And away from all that introduction, I hope that everyone is doing okay. But trust me, if you're not doing okay, this does not mean that that is the end of the world, because different people in different places, they do get, to simply go through a lot of things. And it does not matter what you're going through. I do not want to sound so motivational, but it really does not matter what you are going through, because your today, yes, your today is not your tomorrow. That is what they basically say. So to start off, this is more like, getting to chat with the family. And I want to ask you this question. Do you feel offended when people get, to display public affection? Let me repeat this. Do you feel offended? Or do you feel like this is more like, how do I get to put it? Or do you feel like this is more like, people getting to disrespect others when they get to display public affection? And by talking about public affection, I'm not really talking about, deeper things, but I'm just talking about like maybe holding hands or cuddling or something like that. Do you think that it is a no-no? And another reason as to I'm saying that, it is because I've just been making just a few trips around the estate, and there's this particular guy. Actually, it looked like he was planting some flowers, and there was this young couple. Right now it is a graduation. Actually, we are having the 37th graduation in my university. So all the graduates, most of them, they have been released from homes. Most of them they are out here, maybe getting to meet with their partners and so on. So this particular couple was just seated, I think, minding their business, because this is more like a business area. But the scene there is just, it's a very good scene. You can get to sit there, you can get to watch, you can just get to do anything on this particular scene. So this particular couple was just seated, I think, minding their business, because this is more like a business area. But this couple was just deciding, to act a little bit lovey-dovey. This guy, all of a sudden, he is offended. He's throwing insults at them. And I had to stop, and I'm like, wait a minute. This guy looks like he might be in his late 40s. So I was just wondering, what is the big deal about this? It's not like they're doing anything bad. It's just like they're just, cuddling. That is it. They're just cuddling. That is what I saw. They're just cuddling, and this guy is so irritated to a point where he's now causing a scene. The type of embarrassment that you get, it's just on some other level, and you wish you never went outside and got, a display public affection. Let me know that. Let me know your view regarding this. Do you think that it is just a no-no, to get to display public affection? Because for some people, they do not like this, especially in Africa. You cannot, of course, in Africa, you cannot proceed and get to display any public affection, because to some people, this is more like an insult to them. Or has it ever happened to you? Have you ever displayed some public affection, and people got extremely mad at you? Let me know that, because this particular young couple, I think they really felt like, there's a breach of privacy. I think they really felt like this guy was not minding his business. And personally, as a witness, because today I just happened to be a witness, as a witness, I was like, this is just a couple that was just, cuddling. I mean, just cuddling. That is it, nothing more. But to some people, it feels offensive that, this guy was even telling them that go get a place and something like that. And it's more like you're hugging someone. Actually, it's more like you're hugging someone. So I really do not understand what the big fuss was all about. This, let me know your experience, regarding that. Or basically, let me just know your view regarding that. Remember, my name is Calmie, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show, right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. And we're just talking about things that do get to happen. Let me know, for example, your view regarding this. And in terms of the updates, right now in the country, right now it is sunny. But trust me, from around, at some times from around 7 p.m., it gets to really rain heavily. But I'm just proud that at least you can get to do your laundry, air your laundry, and before that time, you are of course able to to like unhang and go on and do your own. But moving on from that, guys, let me know. It is extremely sunny around here. That is why I'm just like I need some ice right now. I just need some ice right now. And moving on from that, there's just a lot of things that are happening in the country. There's just a lot of things that are happening in the country. And I want to talk about this situation that is happening. I want to talk about this situation that is happening in terms of how our Kenyan government is taking loans. So I just woke up, like any person, just get to wake up, you on your Twitter, and you're like, let me just check what is actually trending. And even after Kenyans have ranted about the government taking, then it was 255 billion from the International Monetary Fund. The same government has gone ahead today, and it wants to take actually 800 billion from the Eurobond. And I think enough is enough. I think, given an opportunity, I wouldn't mind going to the streets and demanding for a better Kenya. Guys, as much as we are trying to survive in Kenya, things are getting tough. As much as we are trying to be the good, law-abiding citizens, things are tough in Kenya. That the taxes of different prices have escalated, that no one is talking about, no leader has come forth and said that this and this money we took, it is for this and this. And this is because some politicians know that come next year, they will not be given that platform they have, that is members of parliament or different, different politicians. And right now, before you get to actually proceed and take a loan in Kenya, you have to be seconded by the members of parliament. So let me know, do you think that this is right? Or let me know, are your politicians doing the same thing? Because we have ranted on social media. Some people have even taken it to the streets right now. I've seen some images trending on Twitter of Kenyans demanding for a better Kenya, of Kenyans saying no to the loans. I mean, just the other day, our president took 250 billion. What for? And today, the same government wants to take 700 billion from the Eurobond. I mean, if it's not messing up, or let me just say, if it's not making the citizens of Kenya pay for what they never got to benefit from for the longest time possible, I do not know. And we're just afraid that Kenya might be sold, to any of these European nations, because trust me, even our children's children are not going to be able to pay these debts. So you can imagine the type of hardships that we are going through. And this is why I love Tanzania some time back. During Magufuli's regime, in that no debt was left unaccounted for. And if you were a company that wasn't that is in terms of a profit, if you are a company that wasn't bringing about a profit, trust me, you would also be held accountable. So guys, it is a cry from our country that just a few days ago we did have 250 billion, and today we do have a 700 billion. Well, thanks to a politician, they do have to continue living the posh life that they are used to. Let me know, in your country, are you going through the same? Because I think people are basically extremely sad with all that is happening in the country. And moving on from that, remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And today being on a Thursday, I understand it is some throwback Thursday. It is all about updating you guys because like other days I will be out there, collecting information. But for today, I just want it low key. I just want it simple because I want to stay as safe as possible. And guys, if you remember, if you did get to watch some of our show, we did get to do the COVID test some time back. I believe it was on a Tuesday. Well, the results are out. We are ready to travel. This is just an update to remind you guys that we are still on. To remind you guys that we definitely are going to get you of course, the best documentaries in regards to how Tanzania is. Remember, Tanzania has changed quite a little bit. I'll say it has changed quite a little bit because right now it is under a different president. So there is definitely a lot that is of course, said to take place in Tanzania. And guys, also let me know your view regarding the different questions that I've asked. When I started the show, I had asked if you think that a public display of affection, if it is just a thing that shouldn't be done, if this is something that I think it is more like that something that needs to be debated, let me know that right here, because I just gave you an example of how I've just encountered something and I'm like, I think this guy has taken it far, considering that these people are only it was more like a hug, but to him, he seemed a little bit offended. Let me know that, because these are some of the two things that I have popped. And like I've told you earlier on, we do have just a lot, of course, of things that we could basically get to talk about right here on the Calmie African Diary Show. Sorry about that, on the Calmie African Diary Show. And of course, guys, remember, I'm just to say that I am super thrilled to get to interact, of course, with you right here. And remember, the topic of the day is in terms of its survival, the way forward, actually. Or rather, in terms of survival, there's just a lot of things that have been happening in our society, and I think people have taken it so far. That is the topic of the day. But before that, of course, I'll get to update you on what is really happening. Because in terms of this topic, I've just come to realize that there's just a lot of things that are happening. And I'm like, I think enough is enough. I think people are taking it too far, as much as the economy is messed up. People are taking this far. Stick by, and of course, do not touch that dial, because we'll be back to update you on what is happening. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, media for the 21st century. And of course, it is all about updates right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, media. I think, okay, yeah, media for the 21st century. I think my internet is slowly having some slight issue, but kindly bear with me. There's just a lot that is happening. Kindly bear with me right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, a media for the 21st century. And guys, remember to subscribe. That is on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Once you are subscribed, you can proceed get to watch some of the shows, because there's just a lot of shows that you can basically get to watch. You can also proceed and get to listen to some of the music, because remember, music is a food for your soul, and you definitely do need that for your soul. You just definitely need to feed your soul some positive music, and that is what we are all about here. That is what the Black Hot Fam is, of course, basically all about here. And also another thing is that you can proceed and get to share some of these videos, because trust me, there's just a lot of people out here who simply do not have a knowledge on some of the things that we definitely have on this show. So you can get to share the knowledge, because knowledge shared is definitely great. And still on the website, you can proceed and that is get to donate to contribute to the nature. We highly appreciate that. Of course, I appreciate everyone who is tuned into the show. I appreciate everyone who has taken the time to tune into the show, because I understand this particular time a majority of you are quite held at work. And moving on from that, I'll just love to it is more like an update. I just want to educate us something. If you have been wondering, or let me just use this towards the men, because I understand that most men actually get to work, to hit the gym once they hit a certain age, because they're like, I do not really look as energetic as I used to. I do not look as healthy as I used to. And as a result, you have, I decided to hit the gym to get that flat tummy. Maybe because you believe that that flat tummy is a ticket, of course, to still remaining relevant. Well, this is to the men. This is not to the ladies, because I understand for the ladies, you've actually been hitting the gym ever since you discovered your body. So, of course, this is towards the men. And something actually did get to catch my eye regarding this, is that most men are not comfortable in their body. Most men would rather hit the gym, and as therefore they believe that they are relevant. Well, I am here to tell you that you are basically in the wrong community. I am here to tell you that you are basically in the wrong tribe. Ask me why. The reason also I say that you are in the wrong tribe, it is because you do have people from the body community, or rather, let me say, from the body tribe. And in this body tribe, a body tribe is just not the word body, but BODI. In this body tribe that is located, or rather found in Ethiopia, if you are a man and you are, of course, you have a big pot belly, the bigger the pot belly, the more attractive you are to the women. Let me repeat this. To the men who are out there struggling with, of course, their bellies, because they think that, yes, the pot belly is quite showing. To the body community, if you're a man, and the more the pot belly you have, the more attractive you are. Or rather, let me say, the bigger pot belly, actually the word is the bigger pot belly you have, the more attractive you are, the more women will come running at you. I just found this weird, because just taking a look at the images. I wish I could share with you the images. I was taking a look at the images, and I'm like, this is absolutely crazy, because on that, of course, on those particular images, some men were really having huge pot bellies. It's more like a competition. You need to have that huge pot belly because you get to attract women. How many of you get to find this stuff very weird? Because I found this to be weird. Well, I do not have an issue with the change in morphology, because as the years get to advance, the more you are maybe just focusing on your health, or the more you're just tuned into other things, and you basically get to forget to hit the gym and so on. To some people in the society, it has made them lose their self. That is it has made them, of course, lose that is the self-esteem, or it has lowered their self-esteem. To some people, they've just been comfortable in that, and they really do not get to care. But if you happen to be in the body community, or rather is in the body tribe in Ethiopia, you are attractive. So to the men on the channel listening, you need to get yourself to the body community, because in the body community, you'll be found to be attractive. In the body community, you'll definitely get women who will get to appreciate you just the way you are. But of course, I found this to be quite crazy. I'm not advocating to the fact that you need, of course, to have pot bellied, and I'm just saying that the moment you get to have the opportunity, to get to get to a deal on yourself, get to turn yourself a little bit, then simply you can get to hit the gym. But if you are comfortable, remember, in the body community, you get to be accepted just the way you are. Many in the group that is in the chat, let me know how you feel about this, that you get to be accepted for who you are actually when you are in the body community. That is, you have a bigger pot, maybe if you have a bigger baby, you get to be appreciated just the way you are. And remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, and it is just all about updating you guys. It is all about talking about issues that do get to affect us. And here in the country, it is quite hot. And when I started the show, I had talked about how we Kenyans, I think we're just so done lamenting. I have talked about how our government just took 250 billion a few days ago, and today it wants to take 700 billion from Eurobond, and no one is explaining on how this money is used. Definitely, it is just basically means that the rich will continue to be rich. And feel free to interact with me. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. It is just all about updates. Today I'm not anywhere out in the streets. Today I'm not buying anything. I'm just indoors because, guys, I need to preserve this energy for the great trip that is set to take place. Come the day after tomorrow, and trust me, guys, we are going to update you on that once we are, of course, once we have started the trip. And of course, regarding the topic of the day, remember, I've just asked in terms of the struggling in the society. And I simply did not want to rant about all this, but I think it has reached a situation. I think it has reached a situation whereby I feel enough is enough. In terms of the struggling, enough is enough. And I understand that different people in different countries are really trying their best not to put food on the table. I am really trying to understand that I'm really trying to understand that different people are trying to adjust with their own governments. But let's take a look at what is happening in Nigeria. Remember, again, it is all about the struggles, because I think this is taken too far. I think people are now exaggerating. Atali Macmillan, hello Macmillan, I hope you are doing okay. Let me know your view regarding the different topics that we have talked about right here on the channel. And I just want to move on onto the major topic of the day in regards to the situation in Nigeria. I think some of you might find this disturbing. Of course, feel free. Okay, you might find this disturbing, and that's why I'll just filter some of the information. But we all know that there's no way in the world that you'll go and not find Nigerians, and I do not have any hate, towards the Nigerian people. But I was just taking a look at this, and let me repeat this. I understand that survival has become quite hard in the country. So this is an act that was done by two boys. I believe at most they will be 13 years old. That these two boys, 13 or 15 years at most. So these two boys decided to, I did not know if this is more like kidnap, because he was taken out of his will. They kidnapped a 10-year-old boy, killed him for money, rituals. Let me just get this correct. Two boys, not even 18 years old, 15 years and below, at most 15 years, the least is 13 years, that they decided the economy has become quite hard, and it is high time we get to kidnap that kid we have been playing with, because I understand these are playmates, definitely. Let us kidnap him, kill him for money, rituals. I mean, wait a minute, between you and me, even getting to slaughter a chicken at some point, it just makes you to feel like you are doing some form of injustice. Even getting, to like maybe hit something that is something that is living. Of course, maybe let me say an animal. You get to feel some type of way. But where are we heading to? That the economy is so messed up that now even young boys are indulging in the kidnap business. Not only this of course gets to happen that this was just caught, but that the young boys are being caught indulging in this. And I'm not saying that mature people should get to indulge into this. This is definitely unheard of. But in Nigeria right now, two teenagers were caught in the act. Of course, the young boy had already left his life. They had already killed him. I just want to spare the details on everything, but they had already killed him. And when being asked, they're like, it was for the money rituals. This actually saddens me a lot. That I did not think in our world, that young boy you do have in the house, that young girl you do have in the house, that they can be capable of murder, that they can be capable of plotting a scheme, killing someone who's close to them, not only even close to them, just killing anyone. And the reason being, it is because of money. How greedy can one be? That's my view regarding this. How greedy can one basically be? That all this, it is because of money. Yes, life can be hard. Yes, life can be tough. But then again, I think these boys, they do not need even counseling, because this is beyond counseling. That if you can have the mind to plot something, that if you can have the mind to kill, that is beyond counseling. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show, and you are tuned into the Blackwood Fire Network media for the 21st century. And today it is all about updates, and the topic of the day, it is in terms of the struggle. That how hard has that struggle made you? I mean, in what situation? Let me just put this one. In what situation has that struggle put you? To do maybe something, because some people do have a tales to tell, some people do have a stories to tell, and some of these stories can be quite disturbing, and I feel a lot is not being done. And when I started the show, I had just complained about how our government is basically messing us up, how our government is making people increasing the taxes, and people are forced to pay these taxes. I'm just disturbed at the fact that we are slowly losing, our sanity in our society. And all these people want to blame it on poverty. All these people want to blame it on the labor as to how they are suffering. What is your view regarding this? This is the Calmie African Diary Show, and you are tuned into the Blackwood Fire Network media for the 21st century. And remember, it is all about we are losing sanity if we are not cautious. And also to remind you guys is that we do have other shows as well. Is that you do have other shows as well. I'm talking about the Calmie African Diary Show. I'm talking about the Voices of the Motherland show, because that is also as the other show that you do have right here on the Blackwood Fire Network. I am talking about the 54 correspondent show, because you also do have the 54 correspondent show right on this particular channel. And also another thing is that we do have the Express show right here on the Blackwood Fire Network. We also do have that is the Africana Today show right on this same platform. Remember, it is all about updates, and I am looking forward to interacting with the family. I am looking forward to hearing your view regarding this particular topic, because I just feel that a lot is simply not being done in our society, and it is all about updates before we get to like wind up the show. And also, guys, another thing is to remind you that we do have the trip all the way to Tanzania. We do have the trip all the way to Tanzania, and it is just about to happen. It is just about to happen a few days from now. Sorry about that slight hitch. And I'm just talking about that you do have the trip to Tanzania that is set to happen a few days from now, and I've just given you an update on other shows as well. Today is just being affiliate. Today is just all about updating you guys on what is happening. And I simply did not love the fact that people out there are going through a lot. That people out there are struggling to a point whereby they get to do the most inhumane thing. And I'm just simply waiting, of course, for your feedback. But to those who are watching, we appreciate you. To those who are listening, we also do appreciate you. And to those who might have missed this particular show, remember you can simply proceed and get to log onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed and get, of course, to listen to the show. You can also feel free. That is, you can also feel free to give in your view regarding this particular topic. It is in terms of the struggle. How, what is the hardest thing that your struggle has ever put you through? Perhaps, of course, you might, feel a little bit, maybe uncomfortable discussing about this, considering that, people might have done a lot of things in the past that actually makes them feel very, uncomfortable. But I just found this disturbing. Today I just do not want to focus on politics, but I really have found these are quite disturbing that some people out here, they have made the word poverty, they have made the word struggle to get the best out of them. And it is not quite right. I am waiting for your feedback, and I understand that a lot of you are quite held up at work. I understand a lot of you are quite held up at work, but you can simply get towards some of this by simply logging onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. Let me know. Or it might not be about you, but it might be about someone that you do know, in terms of some of the experiences, in terms of some of the things that struggle made them actually to do. And let me just read the comment before I get to proceed with the show. At Lee Macmillan, thank you so much for tuning in. And you have given your answer regarding this. You've said it is greed, cowardness, and laziness. They do not want to build for themselves. Instead, they would rather buy. Wow. Let me repeat this. At Mark Milan, I totally agree with you regarding this. You have said that it is okay. Let me just read. You have said that it is greed. You have said that it is greed, cowardness, and laziness. These are three powerful things. Greed. Let me start with greed before I even proceed to read other comments. Greed in the fact that a lot of youths nowadays, perhaps they have watched a lot of movies, but I do not want to blame the movies, but they've, all this peer pressure on social media, all this peer pressure from different people who have actually been living the life of crime, and they believe that the only way forward in terms of them being rich, that the only way forward in terms of them getting to please the society is by indulging in the shortest way possible. So you are definitely correct, but I'm just wondering, these are teenagers, these are not even adults, and this highly explains how toxic some people can be. This highly explains that it does not matter, irrespective of how old you are, that if you are toxic, that if you are dangerous, you still are dangerous for the streets. We've seen some 10-year-olds, we've seen some 8-year-old kill their parents. We've seen younger kids actually do the worst out here. So it is all about how toxic you are. It is all about the greed. And I'm just hoping for a day whereby, I'm just hoping for a day whereby, that all these kids can be able, to realize that it is not all about the money. It is not all about pleasing the society, but it is all about how that is how, let me just put this, it is all about how, appreciative you are. It is all about how, you are satisfied with what you have. Because many people nowadays, at Lee Macmillan, I agree with you. Many people nowadays, they would rather not wait for the long cut, to success. They rather, speed up the long cut. And these kids right now, if it was not for the police officers, if it was not for the police officers in Nigeria who actually came on the crime scene immediately, they would have been killed by the public due to greed. And I'm also wondering, these adults who actually told them that, for you to have money, if you want quick money, then you definitely need to kill someone for that. Yes, we do understand that there are different rituals that are being done on the world, but then again, must it come to the point of killing someone? Must it come to the point of hurting your fellow being? Because some people do not get to, some people do not get to do the math of, what if it was me? And just to continue that, cowardness and laziness, absolutely correct. For example, right now, when I was just strolling around, I could see that some people have actually yes, we understand the economy is messed up, but some people, instead of just doing something positive, they're actually standing and counting vehicles. Okay, this is not, it is not some research, but two mature men, I think it was more like two men actually, two mature men just standing on the roadside counting vehicles and debating amongst themselves how many trucks have just passed. I mean, I'm like, okay, that is some sort of laziness. And these are the same people who, at the end of the day, they will want to go back home with something. They want to go back home eating a healthy and balanced diet for something that they did not get to trail of. Of course, you do know they'll definitely either end up that is indulging into crime or something like that. And at of course at Milan, you said a good show, Calmie. Thank you. At Milan, you said talking about the leaders. Of course, that is just something I've just really tried to skip, but then again, it happens. Our leaders never seem to amaze us. But let me just finish with this story before I get to wind up the show, because we are almost winding up the show. But guys, let me know, does it really have to reach to a point whereby you now have to we now have now the minds of young kids messed up out here? Has it reached to that? Has it reached to a point whereby we have young kids not understanding who they are? Reached to a point whereby young kids nowadays get to know that the value of the human life can be taken in seconds, that there's no value in the human life? Let me know your view regarding that. Because when I read this article, I was quite disturbed that this gets to happen, that this is really happening. It is crazy. And yes, as much as the leaders have messed up the society, as much as there are no jobs right now due to, let me say, even COVID-19, but even before COVID, we didn't have enough jobs for everyone. As much as taxes have escalated in the country, that is still no good reason for anyone to proceed and indulge in any criminal activity. That the young kids nowadays do not really know what is required of them. Well, that is a sad situation, and I do not want to say that young kids only get to do this. We've also seen situations whereby even mature people have been indulging into this, and it has been quite crazy. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network, and I was talking about how people have gotten to misuse the word struggle, how people have gotten to make the word a struggle, make the word that the economy is messed up, and as a result they have indulged into extremely inhumane activities that both you and I, when you get to sit down, you're like, no, this definitely did not get to happen. And moving on from that, and as I get to wait on your more feedback regarding that, moving on from that, I want to talk about the situation that is happening right now in different African countries. Yes, I do understand for sure that different African countries have taken this step, to like take the COVID vaccine. For example, recently, we're talking about Tanzania. Tanzania is debating on taking this vaccine, and I found it to be, quite more like a backstab, because the same leader is talking about this during Magufuli's regime. She wasn't commenting anything regarding the vaccine, but right now you do have her here. Of course, she is highly advocating for the vaccine in Tanzania. I think a lot is set to take in Tanzania, but of course, when you'll get to be there, we'll get to update you on what is really happening. I think there is a lot of brainwash right now in Africa. I think there's a lot of leaders that are being bought here in Africa, and as a result, they cannot stand for their people. And also in regards to that, I think that for the longest time possible, I'm never going to vote. Of course, not that I'm mobilizing everyone, but they say that when you get to cast your vote, you are, practicing your right as a citizen. Well, this is not my right as a citizen, because the same people are telling me that I am practicing my right as a citizen are the same people who actually, when they get into power, they get to mess us up. They get to sell us out without any second. And in regards to this, I'm talking about the new changes that are set to take place in Tanzania. We're just hoping that they're going to be positive. But from the way things are going, I don't think that there is a lot of positivity that is going to take place there. And this is just in regards to the new rant on social media, that a lot of people are simply are not, satisfied with what is about to take place. But of course, like I've told you, we'll be just there a few days from now, and we are going to update you that. And guys, in regards to the COVID vaccine, so right now, some time back we had talked about Madagascar. I think it was early last year. We had talked about, yes, it was early last year. We had talked about how Madagascar was amongst the first African countries to actually come about with an organic COVID vaccine. Let me repeat this. Madagascar was amongst the first African countries to come about with an organic COVID vaccine. But then again, we did have the World Health. We did have, of course, the World Health coming about and saying that it did not, of course, recommend the vaccine. Well, we all know that whenever something, organic is brought about from any African country, definitely there has to be a debate for that, until we do have the likes of Russia, until we do have the likes of China coming about with this vaccine. That is when they'll now, start talking about how they are highly recommending this for the people. So to cut the long story short, right now in Madagascar, the country that well, as much as Madagascar is an African country, we all know it is not dominated by the Africans themselves. But what shocked me is that the leaders in Madagascar are opting to go and take these jabs abroad. Let me repeat this. The leaders in Madagascar are opting to go abroad and take this COVID-19 jab. I mean, okay, wait a minute. What about the citizens who voted you? How are they going to be able to get their jabs? Because some African countries have agreed on this. Personally, I'm never going to take that jab, and I'm grateful that as much as my country is messed up, I'm grateful that it was not made mandatory, because no. Enough is enough with all these vaccines. But I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering that this is more like, it's more like a drama, Our politicians, they simply never seem to amaze us. It is more like a gamble that in Madagascar, the same MPs who are, against the vaccines and so on, they're the same ones who actually believe that the best place for them to go take these vaccines is outside Madagascar. And I'm just wondering, for the citizens of Madagascar, how are they going to cope up with this? I mean, guys, do you not really get to understand the reason as to why I'm never going to queue the entire day to put into someone who's really never going to work out for me, to put in someone who's never really going to consider me. For example, these leaders in Madagascar, that them they are considering to go outside the country to European countries. I'm talking about countries like France and get their jobs. But the citizens of Madagascar, who's going to help them out? It's crazy. I'm just so done with politics. Sometimes I just get to sit down and reflect at myself, and I'm like, when I was growing up, I used to to look into politicians, and I used to be like, wow, I want to be a politician, I want to be a women representative, and blah blah blah. Cut it out. I'm never going to even look into them anymore, because I've come to realize that the moment you try to good thing for the people, the moment as a leader you try to sacrifice yourself for the people. For example, Magufuli. Magufuli is one leader whom we'll never forget in history. That the moment you as a person, you try to do away with your worldly pleasures and please the people and work for the people, actually, you get to be eliminated. So now we are stuck with leaders who are actually, because they have all of the resources, because the state is going to pay for them, that they can afford to go to the country of their own and get this job. Let me tell you, I agree with Keith. Some time back, Keith had talked about the fact that this is all a business scheme. The fact that a lot of people are going to benefit, some people are going to be affected by this, but then again we didn't see the red lights, and here we are seeing the red lights, and I just appreciate how a lot of people are seeing the red lights. I appreciate how, for example, in Kenya, people are now tired. I've given you the example of how Kenya is right now, that people are tired, that people are even taking it to the streets to demonstrate that we do not want any more loans, because who's definitely gonna pay for these loans? And at Lee Macmillan said what you said, like I said, cowardly leaders, absolutely cowardly leaders. That they get, this is a very rich business scheme. And we'll be shocked at come the end of COVID. If at all there will be the end of COVID, because with the way things are, you hear there is another new wave of COVID, and you're like, okay, you came about with the vaccine, so what is happening? I mean, there's just a lot of lies out here. There's just a lot of things that doesn't make sense. And we have reached to a point whereby it is every man for themselves. So why would you convince me as a politician to go and queue, to go and risk my sleep, because I really love sleeping, risk my sleep during that wee hours of the morning and go vote for you? And there's nothing we're going to do. Because at the end of the day, you do have your own manifesto as a leader. Instead of serving the people, you want to serve yourself and your family. Well, I just know for a fact that it will take decades for us to ever have a leader like the late Magufuli. And we are almost coming to the end of the show. I do not want to put this to be more like politics, but I just saw the situation that is in Madagascar, and I'm like, these leaders have taken it too far. And it reminds me of some time back in Kenya, whereby, in the courts, of course, in courts, we did have, the leaders say that, the number of COVID has increased, blah, blah, blah. A lot of politicians are dying. So when it is them dying, it now becomes an issue of debate. But when it is us who actually put them into power dying, it is not a big deal, because at the end of the day, we can all die. So our leaders actually in the country, they were suggesting to be airlifted whenever they get sick, irrespective if it is COVID or not. They were opting for being airlifted from different places that they are at. You can imagine the amount of money that is going to be set aside for that. And yet, in the hospitals right now, I've had people complain that there are no vaccines. Right now, I've had people, for example, like yesterday, we were lucky. We did not, on Tuesday, actually, we were lucky. We did not go to any government hospital, because if we did get to go to a government hospital, trust me, we would have been forced, to pay even more money. But because this is a hospital that, it is just working on itself, then we really got to benefit a lot from that. We were not, even the hospitality and everything was so fine. But I'm just wondering, for that person who has not been able to have the required amount of money, what is basically going to happen to them? Hello, Keith.
Hey, Calmie, what's happening in Madagascar?
I'm ranting. I'm mad. In Madagascar, the leaders want, of course, to go and take their COVID vaccine jabs outside Madagascar. They want to go to places like France and take their vaccines from there. And
Well,
some
they
leaders
said
have actually done this.
I thought they said they were doing the COVID organics. They weren't touching the vaccine. They said they did the COVID organics in Madagascar. I'm
Organic
confused.
for who?
Yeah, the organic thing they said. I don't.
Hmm.
Didn't they say they developed the organics, the juice thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
They they said they weren't taking the vaccine. They said they developed the president. Remember last year he said they
Hmm.
had COVID organics. So
Let me tell you, Keith. Yes, go ahead.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you. I don't know what's going on. I'm
Yes,
listening.
I'm just shocked. I agree with you. The last time I checked, everything was just organic. Then all of a sudden, boom! That is the members of parliament now do not want nothing in Madagascar. They want to go take their COVID jabs in, that is outside Madagascar. And I'm just wondering, this is going to create a lot of panic
Whoa!
in Madagascar.
Oh no, no, no! That means the French, yeah, because Madagascar was a French colony. So they want to
Hmm.
go. So that means the French. That means the Europeans been in there overturning their parliament because Madagascar is a pretty poor country. So they go in, the Europeans going in
Hmm.
and overturn, just like in Tanzania, to get these people to do what they want them to do.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
And we are here crying for change ain't happening anytime soon. Change ain't happening anytime soon, because Keith have
Well,
realized that. Mhm.
I will say you got another president, another young, very smart president. Hey, what? Hey, they gonna try to kill you, young man. It's the
Mhm.
president of Sierra Leone. Everybody be on
Ooh.
the watch out for the president of Sierra Leone, who
Mhm.
just introduced free education to the whole
Wow.
country. And talking about we need to
Wow.
develop human capital before we can develop anything infrastructurally. We got to build the infrastructure of our African mind. So watch
Mhm.
out. He's going to be on the hit list. He's going to be on the hit list for sure. So go ahead, Cammy.
Wow, this is news to me, Keith. Let me tell you, you are definitely correct. In Sierra Leone, that is some great news. As much as we keep on saying that, education has been made more like education is just more like still a business scheme. But to have a leader who believes that education, equal education for all is good, that is a good step. It will mean that, even those
Yeah,
parents who have not been able to,
and
like, yes.
yeah, and he put up a corruption board that has teeth that says anybody found
Mm-hmm.
corruption will do long sentences in prison. He said that is
Mm-hmm.
the mandate of the country. We must step out.
Mm-hmm.
He said we must get corruption dirty. I was like, what? But he didn't know he didn't ask me old in Africa. He said, well, they really need to go, but what can I say? I'm just the president of a small country, Sierra Leone. I got to fix Sierra Leone first. I, yeah, do these old leaders need to go? Yeah, because it's the youth
Mm-hmm.
that innovate, not old. If you have an old puppet like Museveni, what the hell does he know about innovating anything? He got one foot in the grave, or that Paul Beer and whatever his name is,
Mm-hmm.
who's like 88 years old. What the hell is he gonna innovate? He was young back in the 1940s.
True.
1950. So
True that.
watch out.
Hmm.
Watch out for Sierra Leone's president. He's gonna be on the chopping block. The Europeans gonna come after his ass.
Exactly. He's a
Because
threat.
if
He has
he's
now become a threat.
that's right. He's a threat. If he's able to implement what he wants to implement, it has a
Hmm.
domino effect in Africa. Because we're one people, it's sort of a domino effect. Say, hey, how's Sierra Leone
Hmm.
giving free education and we still paying school fees and we're actually richer than Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone's a impoverished African
Hmm.
country, but how are they able to pay free high what actually is worthwhile today? Can't be learning like
Hmm.
you do in most of Africa. You just learn the um, learn the shit. That's got to be actual education. What is viable today in today's economy? I'm
Hmm.
like, wow, this guy ain't gonna last long. I hope he does.
Exactly. I hope he does also. I hope he gets that to change, the mindset of the people regards towards the Sierra Leone. And Keith, even in Kenya,
I
we did have the free education introduced. But let me tell you, I think it's just for the public schools, and even the education that was introduced is just work.
yeah. I heard it was a scam in Kenya. Cam,
Hmm.
heard the education's not really good. It's the worst places to go. It's not
Yeah.
really like.
Messed up. Anything that is free by our government is a total wreck. And Keith, one thing I was also telling the country, that is the group in that just the other day I was complaining that Kenyatta took 250 billion from the International Monetary Fund, and today they want to take 700 billion from the Eurobond. I mean, we are going to pay these debts until we get some gray hair and more.
Well, it's gonna be your children's children. Kenyatta
Mm-hmm.
doesn't give a shit. His family's not gonna pay it back. It's gonna be the Kenyan children's children, your great
True.
grandchildren. You're gonna be old, Cammy, and your great grand gonna say, "Oh, I can't. This 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 debt when you was a child, a young a young a young girl in your 20s, and we're still
Mm-hmm.
paying this shit off today. Why the
Mm-hmm.
hell? What the hell happened?" Well, we had somebody named Kenyatta, baby, and he's been dead for 70 years now. You're like, well, we don't know this Kenyatta person. Why'd y'all allow him to put us in so much debt?
That
So
is absolutely. Uh-huh.
it's shameful. It's shameful, Cam. It's shameful.
Mhm. It is really messed up here. And I just want to read a comment from Lee Macmillan. He said they just announced a new COVID variant in California. That means all the people who took the vaccine are still at risk. They will produce a new mutated virus every 6 months. Kid, how true is that? What the heck
Well,
is happening?
because it's not a real virus, Cam. It's fake.
Hmm.
That's why the people that's taking it is dying. That ain't curing
Hmm.
them. Because it was a thing to lock down the world by the
Hmm.
elite who control the planet. You got to rule the elite people that control the bank. So this is what
Hmm.
they want to do. They want to make everything. They created China. They're trying to make every place like China, lock you down,
Hmm.
have you wearing a mask for the rest of your life, have you taken these vaccinations that are going to completely wipe us out. That's
Hmm.
the whole thing. Everything's got a new strain, a new whatever. It's going, and then it goes they own the media, so it's gonna be all in the media in Africa and America. Oh, it's the numbers are spiking. It's people dying everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Cammy, when you went to the hospital, did you see a bunch of people dying?
No, actually, I was
Of course
shocked.
not.
Like, I didn't see no one, and that is a busy hospital. I was just
Of
seeing
course
kids with
not.
their mamas.
But of course
And
not. But most people don't go to hospitals and look and see that the news is lying.
mm-hmm,
Luckily in America, we got nurses like Echo and Nish, all of them in these hospitals throughout the whole country. America's a big
mm-hmm,
country, so Nish is in Seattle. We got Sister Bet on Black is in Baltimore. Sister Echo was in New York City. They told you this is some bullshit. This is
mm-hmm.
some bullshit. Where these people dying at? on the news. Everybody's dying. And yet Echo, who's a Nigerian, Echo said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even see nobody. I'm in the most critical care in downtown Manhattan. Where are these
Mm.
people at that are dying on the news they talking about? They're not in this hospital. He
This
said,
is
this
lies and
hospital's empty.
lies. These are lies
Yeah.
and lies to make us fear more. I mean, hey, this, I do not know whether this COVID is going to end any day soon. It is going to be here
But,
for the longest time possible.
but the whole thing is everybody's fearful. And then that's
Mm-hmm.
why you've always seen these puppets in Africa. They're the
Mm-hmm.
ones you never see no other leaders but the African leaders on TV taking it. I got my shot, and from South Africa to Kenya to
Mm-hmm.
Ghana to Nigeria, it's only African puppets. You haven't seen no
Exactly.
European come
Mm-hmm.
on TV and say, "Yeah, we're taking it." Europeans saying we're not. And in America, I told people the right wing white person had told these motherfuckers, "You go kick rocks. We're not fucking with
Mm-hmm.
that shit." And white people told them, and then the white people said, we're not getting no, because the thing they were trying to make sure everybody had to show that they were vaccinated, Cammy, to go
Mm-hmm.
travel, right?
Yes.
I told people, I told people, go into white people's chat rooms, especially in America. They said, we're not, hey, it's going to be World War V. We're not taking that shit. We'll go to war. Give it to the niggas. What they said, give it to the niggas. They're dumb. Let them take that shit. Give it to the Africans. They give it to, here in America, don't get that shit to Africa. They're stupid. Let them take the shit. We won't
Mm-hmm.
touch it. We'll go to war. In America, Cammy, everybody's got guns. So it ain't like Africa, like the military got guns and the people don't. The people here in America got guns, a lot of weapons. So
Mm-hmm.
and the U.S. government knows that, and ain't nobody gonna take no vaccination without going to war. So
True.
it, so that's why you heard the state of Texas and my state of Florida. They said no, we're not gonna have you show no that you took a vaccination to get a job or to move. We're not gonna do that here. You damn right you're not gonna do it because it's fucking war.
True.
I'm scared. Let me go get it. Like, hey, Kenyatta was on TV or Ramaphosa and Kobe Adada Dudu, whatever you pronounce his goofy name. He was on
Mm-hmm.
TV taking it. I should take it. Fuck that. You better go kick rocks.
True.
Start
We
touching
just
that
hope that
shit.
people. Mhm. This is just becoming so disturbing, but I just love how people are, trying to awaken. For example, here in Kenya, people are even, people have been on the streets, have been seeing different pictures. We're so done with these loans. We're so done with this COVID-19. I was
Good.
just shocked. When we went to the hospital, I was like, perhaps I'm gonna see patients being rushed into the ICU. I'm like, what have I
you
been seeing on the mainstream media? I've actually
you
gone to two different hospitals. Yesterday I was at the hospital. I didn't see nothing. People going on with their own business. And they want to say, actually, they're reporting it that on the government hospitals is where this is happening. So I'm like, you want to tell me there's no one in these, in these private hospitals are being sick? Because the government knows it's easier to manipulate the information from government hospitals.
of course. But they've been told to do it. They've been forced to do it
Mm-hmm.
by the European masses. That's why and the hazard is to get these loans. So that's what the elite.
Mm-hmm.
Those loans are not going to the people in Kenya, Tammy. Those loans
Mm-hmm.
are the corruption of the damn politicians. People in
True.
Kenya, like you said, the lady tried to kill herself by jumping in front of a car because she couldn't feed her
Mm-hmm.
children. That money's not going to the Kenyan people. That's why they tell me, no, we don't need none of these damn loans. Hell, it's not going to benefit us. And don't
Exactly.
nobody got the shit. So you're not coming in like you setting up uh, 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 ICUs. We're all dying. We need the money to help us get cured from this COVID scourge. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lie. And people can see with
Exactly.
their own eyes. No matter even an African is asleep, most of them they can see. Man, who the fuck is dying? Ain't nobody. Everybody out here starving to death. We die from starvation. We ain't dying from COVID. We dying because we don't got a
Exactly.
goddamn job.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? We're not dying because no goddamn COVID.
It's just
So,
pretty much messed up out here. Anyway, Keith, we are coming to the end of the show. I have to go look for food before it's almost
all
late.
right, you do,
But
okay, Terry.
I want to appreciate everyone who did get to tune in. As a kid, super excited. I can't wait to give people pressure on the internet. It's my turn to give them pressure now on the internet. Courtesy of you, courtesy of you. Thank you so much. We are looking forward to a very amazing trip. And of course, this time around, it's gonna be a great because we were there the last time, and now we have an idea of how it looks like, an idea of moving around and just getting the best shots ever.
You get the best shots, and also, but you didn't get a chance to go to Zanzibar, so this time you go also make it to Zanzibar, the
Hmm.
beautiful, sunny beach island Zanzibar. So much love,
Hmm.
family. I'll let Cammy end this up, and I'm gone. Peace.
All right. So thank you so much, Kate, for tuning in, and everyone who did get to tune into the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. At Lee Macmillan, thank you so much for your views and feedback. To everyone who was watching the show, Nashukuru sana. That is what I get to say in Swahili. I'll just say that I appreciate so much you taking your time and joining me here on the show. Also, another thing, guys, remember we are going to Tanzania. It's just a day from now. Yes, a day from now, because I do not get to counter tomorrow. It is just a day from now, and we are grateful so far for the journey. We are grateful for the updates, and we are ready, of course, to take you through Tanzania, to take you through Dar es Salaam. Remember to log on to www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed get to watch some of the videos that you might have missed. You can also proceed, get to share these videos, get to like them. I mean, it just takes a second. You can also get to listen to the music, and you can also, that is, get to read some of the blogs, and you can also get to donate to support the stream. Thank you so much. And remember to watch other shows as well when you simply get to log on to www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. My name is Calmie. This has been the Calmie African Diary Show. And do have a fabulous day. And remember, when I started the show, I had said, if it does not bring you positive energy, cut it off. Cut it off. That is, of course, the song this year. Do have a great day, and thank you so much. Also, stay safe and stay woke. Kwaheri, tutaonana baadaye.